Hey everybody, welcome back. This week we're going to be doing a little setup for a breakout room that requires recording camera and a PowerPoint. Let's just go ahead and get all this wired up and we'll jump right in. So first and foremost, let's go through what we've got set up. We're going to have 2 computers, an ATEM Mini, BlackMagic Web Presenter, a computer with OBS on it, and a screen and a projector. All right, so we're going to get started with OBS right now. And I am not an expert on OBS. I know the basics. I like OBS because it's A, free, and B, easy to use. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a capture card. I'm going to label it camera because it's my camera. It's coming from the BlackMagic Web Presenter. And I don't know why this works, maybe because the Web Presenter is a couple years older and the ATEM Mini is newer. You don't have to do this on the ATEM Mini, but you do need to select a custom resolution and set it to 1280 by 720. Now, when I do the ATEM Mini, which I'm going to label Mini, I'm trying to label everything so I can find it easier if I need to go back and make a change. When you do the ATEM Mini, it's labeled just BlackMagic Design, and there's your Mini. It comes in full 1080. It's nice and pretty. Can do some rearrangements so I can see everything. Lastly, I'm going to bring in an image to act as a background. Just got to find my file real quick. All right, since I brought it in last, it's laying on top of everything else, so it's drag and drop it down. And now I'm going to go through, I'm going to do a quick rearrangement. I'm going to do a side-by-side pip. And so all of these arrangements in OBS are considered scenes. And you can make multiple scenes, you can duplicate scenes, you can rename scenes. So first things I'm going to do is I'm going to rename this 16 by 9. That's in reference to the size of the PowerPoint, or the ratio for the PowerPoint. Next, I'm going to duplicate it and make another one called 4 by 3. Now you can crop any of your inputs or anything that you bring in OBS. All you do is hold down the Alt button while clicking one of those side tabs to resize it, and you know you're on cropped when the outline changes from red to green. I'm also going to crop the camera image because I don't want it to be a full 16 by 9. In this particular setup, I'm mainly going with people that are talking behind podiums. And I can go ahead and make another scene that is just the camera uncropped full screen if I wanted to. So there we go. That's my final that I want. I'm going to duplicate it again. I'm going to make another one that's called 16 by 9 because I want a 16 by 9 in this layout. And all I do is, again, hold down the Alt button. Resize it first. Hold down the Alt button and pull it all the way out. Both sides. Trim it down so it fits in my view area. And that's it. OBS will auto-save everything that I do. I don't have to click save or anything like that. And in the default setup, all you do is you click and you can transition from one to the other. So the way it's set up now, you have a button on the OBS and you have a button on the ATEM Mini. And if you want to have a nice clean transition, you have to hit both of them at the same time. What if you don't want to do that? What if your timing's off and you transition to a 4 by 3, or better yet, you transition from a 4 by 3 to a 16 by 9 on the screen, but you haven't done it on OBS yet, so you're cutting off part of the new presenter slides. And again, this is going for record. People are going to see it. People are going to see it over and over again. So you want, instead of a 2-button setup, you want a 1-button setup. How do you do that? You use a Stream Deck with Companion. So if you're not familiar with Companion, it is software that allows you to network into a ton of hardware and software that you use in AV production. Audio mixers with the Midas M32 and the X32, as well as lighting consoles, QLab on a Macintosh, analog way switchers, barcode switchers, and a plethora of BlackMagic equipment as well. So we're going to be using it. I will have a link in the description as to where you can download it. And yes, it even works with OBS. All right, so we're going to go ahead and launch the companion app, and it brings you to this interface. I will go ahead and note that I am using the 2.0 beta. The 2.0 is still in beta as the time I'm making this, which is May 1st, 2020. So if you go ahead and download the 1.4 standard build, it will look a little different. But everything's easy enough to find. You type in what you're looking for. In this instance, I did the ATEM Mini first. You have to type in the IP address. With OBS, it asks you for a port number and a password, and that's because you do have to download another piece of software that's a tie-in to OBS. We'll get there. So right now I'm going to start making buttons, and I'm just going to label them so that I understand them. You can label these anything you want. You can label them A, B, C, D. You can label them anything. I prefer to do the name of the computer I'm using and then the screen resolution. And all you do is you use the drop-down menus till you find what you're looking for. In this instance, we want to, on the ATEM, take something straight to program. And on the OBS, we want to change the scene. And as you can also tell, I'm just duplicating each button to save time. I could have done this and created them all from scratch, but I kind of wanted to do it the fast way. And the key to this is relabeling. So each button is set for input 1, 16:9, or input 2, 16:9, or input 1, 4:3, and so on and so forth. I'm going to duplicate one more, and I'm going to make it a logo. Now, you didn't see me make the logo scene earlier. I cut that part out. I apologize. And I even spelled it wrong. I forgot. I just called it log instead of logo. But I did make another scene in OBS, which is just a whole slide. For OBS on the record, it'll take the logo full screen. And for the ATEM, it will also take the logo full screen. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the add-on you have to download. Here it is. It's called the WebSocket Server. I'm going to add a link in the description to where you need to go download this. This is the GitHub page, and you click on the link that you want to use to download it. I've already downloaded it, but I'm just showing you the process real quick. Once you've installed it, you have to restart OBS. Once that happens, it'll tell you the port number. You have to check on authentication, and you type in whatever password you want. And here you go back to Companion, you confirm the port number, and you type in your password. Now, just as with anything in event production and anything video specifically, this is not the only way to do this. Instead of using the web presenter, you could use the mini recorder. You could use an Elgato capture card or any other brand of capture card that you like. You actually could even use two ATEM minis going into OBS at the same time. And you don't even have to use OBS. There are other softwares out there that will do this as well, that allow for recording and for streaming. Because don't forget, even if you needed to stream this, you could stream this as well. So there are lots of different configurations for this, lots of different hardware swap outs, lots of different software swap outs. It's up to you for what you have. And the companion add-on just helps everything be nice and smooth. The last point I want to make about this has to do with price. An ATEM Mini is $295. The web presenter is about $600, and it has an $85 add-on plate to the front of it. So just the web presenter costs twice as much as what you're using as a switcher. So like I said before, you could use two ATEM Minis, and you would actually be cheaper out the gate. OBS is a free software. Companion is a free software. And all of the other add-ons that are linked in the description are all free. Download them, play with them, see what they do, get used to them. If you don't like them, there are alternatives to them. Find whatever you're comfortable using and make a configuration yourself. This is not an end-all be-all configuration. If you guys have any questions, leave a comment. If you like what you've seen on this video or any of the others, hit the subscribe button, please, and throw me a like. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks, everybody. See you next time.